The following episode is brought to you by Kurera Kulisa Development Group, planting the seeds of tourism and heritage. You're watching Zim Geographic. Viewer attention is emphasized.
Oh my God, this is so exciting! You guys should come to see the Margolis Resort. The zip line is on fire!
Someone says you are from Heritage.
Yes.
The moose from North America,
Yes.
from Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how it happens to be painted by Bushmen? That's an original Bushman painting.
Listen to the silent melody of waving flags, dancing to the chorus of prevailing breeze. The electrifying message is a massive call to experience the magic of Zimbabwe. What feeds your soul? Whether it's to set eyes on 70 acres of savanna woodland with over 60 indigenous tree species, to gaze upon a conglomeration of massive boulders piled on top of each other, or exquisite fine hospitality by this resort's private dam site with an audience of bird life and fish frolicking nearby, or the outstanding Bushman paintings.
Basically, look at some of the distinctive features of the horse, like the shape of the type of this tail.
Is this a giraffe,
And
for
even
example?
this one looks like a giraffe because of a long neck and also the morphology of the head. So definitely
This is like
it
an
is.
impala at the bottom there.
Yeah, the antelope family, where we see the impala, the kudus also coming in. And this is very good conservation measure where you break
The
slope.
water, that's me now. I
You
did that.
divert.
You divert
It's
the
quite
water.
interesting.
So I'm a little clever.
The sides of which allow guests to feel at home with nature right in the heart of the city.
What up everyone, it's your girl Lakeisha coming at you, and yes, it's another beautiful day. I mean, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and it already promises to be a day that we'll never forget. And no, I'm not being dramatic. I just stepped foot on the famous, fabulous Stephen Margolis Resort, and let me tell you something. You know, a place is legit where not only the visuals that you're looking at are breathtaking, but the breaths that you're taking are refreshing and rejuvenating. Like, not only did they have time to invest in my eyesight, but they also went the extra mile and invested in my sense of smell. It's a whole different atmosphere, a brand new world. So without further ado, prepare, position and posture yourself in such a way that will let you get a little glance of what dreams are made of.
The Stephen Margolis Resort is a destination that provides the best of three worlds: the African bushveld, adventure and first world comfort.
Here we also have 24 luxury rooms and 6 medium rooms. We also have some rooms that have bunker beds for those who want to share, like school kids who want to come and do their sports or team building and want to be together. But our rooms are top of the range. We are very proud of that, and they are not that expensive. We have executive rooms, standard rooms as well. We also have some beds that you can split into doubles if you want to. So please, we also host a lot of conferences in our gazebos. We have lots of gazebos. Weddings are well known here because we do have weddings on water when our dam is full. A lot of things that take place, events, a big garden for your exhibitions, if you want to do shows and what have you. Plenty space here. 70 acres of land that we have, all electric fenced, so security is very high, lots of parking. So welcome.
Just a short 20 kilometers drive from the central business district of Harare, the resort is pulling out of the stops to turn any visitor's holiday or pastime into a treasured memory, turning moments into memories. And in the near future, The guests who would have visited this resort shall declaim the famous words coined by the National Geographic. We spent a time that can only be described as magical. The man behind the place, whose life history and road to success is a book in itself, is a famed Zimbabwean entrepreneur and philanthropist with a strong rapport for nature.
Well, could you tell me what was going through your head when you actually started this resort? Because this doesn't happen every day.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
So you know what happened? I just bought a huge piece of land, 110 hectares here.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to have been all industrial land. You notice when you come from that end, there's industries that are being constructed. They bought from me. The other side has housings that I believe will be coming in. But when I looked at the rocks here,
Yes.
the trees, the river cutting through, and the dam, the big dam was already here, so I built a small one.
Okay.
I just said, this is it. This is the place for a resort.
So, as the owner of this place, can I just ask you, what's your favorite part of this resort?
That's a good question. I think the zipline rock.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So we're kind of in the same
Yeah, same
circle,
wavelength, yeah.
These
yeah,
heights, yeah. Okay.
The longest zip line in Harare, and it crosses the dam. So from the top of the rock, across the dam waters to the other side of the dam.
Okay, so forget the 7 wonders. We have an 8th one right here.
Totally. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. We have it.
If you ever doubted my honesty levels, let it be known that today I'm living up to my word. Because we don't just sell dreams around here. No, we live them. Almost 300 meters above the ground, I'm about to slide down the giant, enormous Margolis zip line, and here to join me are my colleagues. So without further ado, let's stop stalling and live life to the edge, literally.
The resort is packed with incredible encounters, as witnessed by visitors who cast a glance at them. Each portrayal a testament to the fact that you don't always need to be in a game park to have an unforgettable experience. You just have to be in the right place at the right time.
You know what they say, take a vacation, go as many places as you can. You can always make money, but you cannot always make memories. This is the right place for you to create memories. Margolis Resort offers new, exciting and amusement of activities for both adults and kids.
Extraordinary, funny or startling stories to tell. Can words ever really make an adequate description of this art rendition? Such creativity in the right way, even a picture doesn't do this justice. On the surface of the rock lurks a huge crocodile to marvel over and poke, for the cold-blooded reptile seems to blink, looking dangerously intelligent and poised to launch itself up the hole of the onlooker's limp. But this is a peaceful reptile more than what anyone can imagine. And this young man seems to be whispering something of a legend to this quiet king of the water. I am a big fish, destined for greatness, and should we happen to forge symbiotic relations, coexisting in the same river, protect me thus from unruly fishmongers, for I am but your lifelong companion. On the other hand, a baboon snatches a watermelon from the field. A fish eagle helps itself to a breakfast. A male zebra sniffing the ground as though to ascertain the trail and whereabouts of his lost lover. A scarly-feathered finch in flight, and a look after a dove in a nest surveys the landscape for a lofty perch. A rock python slithers and keeps surveillance of his domain like some form of an ancestral spirit. The Big Five. Visitors to this location can walk around freely without an armed guide, for the most feared animals throughout Africa are just but magical sightings carved on the rocks. Unlike in all national parks in the African wilderness, where visitors are restricted mostly to their vehicles to cushion themselves in safety from the wrath of the natural world, they fear the 5 strong and mighty beasts that go under the name of the Big Five, especially this grumpy creature, synonymous with curved horns and a bad temper. Hardly scared of anything, the African buffalo can subject any amateur predator to some serious thrashing. Trust me, you wouldn't want to meet this big guy on foot. Also get a close encounter as you watch and feel the invisible energy field of this ferocious monster. A powerful aura resulting why the African lion is known as the king of the jungle. Likewise, the African leopard, a prince of the night and phantom soldier of the forest, exudes his typical catwalk as silently as thin air, and ready to disappear into the thick mosaic of the bush and melt like molten gold. His craftiness is associated with sinister forces of darkness.
This is a serious animal. Leopard, probably my favorite, colorful, relaxed. When he does want to hunt, it's very easy to catch animals. Probably the easiest hunter or the most comfortable hunter. The others hunt for a long time and they miss. This one just jumps from a tree. Nga, he's got it. Cheers.
And the popular elephant, the largest of the terrestrial animals on Earth, towered over Stephen Margolis, the man himself, as this has become his gift to our country.
You can see behind me the biggest elephant on Earth. We have carved this elephant into this big rock. And around here we have a hippo just on my right side. We have lions, we have rhinos, baboons, zebras that are carved into the stones here. It's like when I look at a rock, I see the first one was the elephant.
Yes.
So I saw the image of an elephant on it. So we just decided to do it. And the guy I tasked to do that, he thought we were talking about a small elephant. And until I told him, put on chalk. So we chalked it, rubbed it off, chalked it until we had the elephant looking very much like the elephant as you see it.
Yeah,
there.
it's very realistic.
Yeah. So it's like we call it the biggest elephant on Earth.
Okay.
Yeah. It's nothing bigger than it. So that's what happened. Then we looked at the lion. So we got the Big Five here,
Yes.
Africa's Big Five.
And this powerhouse of muscle and horn, veiled in peace and not to worry about rhino poaching, he looks heavy and weighs about 700 kilograms. In Zimbabwe, there are 2 species of rhinos, the black and white rhino, and inclusive of both, there are only 800 rhinos. Equally important, unlike many resorts across the country, teeming with wildlife as resident animals, the Stephen Margolis Resort remains in the class of its own. It is home to our regular domestic quadrammed mammals, Some two sets of couples that represent realities even on the part of humans, a representation of both sadness and fascination in equal measure. Cheerfulness for the young bull named Dutchman must be a sacred passion, a culmination of lovely impartation from Crazy, his naturally beautiful fiancée. This overexcitement and jumping about antics resulted in her earning the name Crazy, an impressive moniker for a happy cow. But in the same vicinity, the relationship between Tommy and Linda is on the rocks. Tommy has led the life of ravenous bachelor for far too long, soliciting for conjugal gratification to no avail. She's not taken at pitching up to entertain his stoic endurance, and the dark joys of the flesh and forbidden games are not forthcoming. Nonetheless, he is notoriously persistent, but the gratitude of Linda has remained serious, loathing of his advances and sidekicks. Could this be a living testament to the words of Russell Greene, who reiterates that heaven is the only place where the donkey finally catches up with his carrots? Hell is the eternity while he awaits for it. Falling for adventure and team building, the Vitrol security crew alongside Nikalisa and Heritage Delta battle it out on a crisp afternoon. The adrenaline highs and hurrahs go down in history at Stephen Margolis Resort. Jethro and Ignatius were seen flying on the zipline in a manner collectively reputable, like Aiken to Superman. And for Tandiwe and Lakeisha, on the other hand, time rolling by with great excitement, the skywalk and the skyline, and surely their hearts set for an adrenaline start. This Friday, on the 4th of December 2020, will remain engraved in our memory for a long time as it ushered the Zim Geographic crew into a baffling mystery that can make Dan Brown and his distinguished yearning for mysteries and Leonardo da Vinci go green with envy.
Now, this is the most unique painting, I would say, perhaps in the whole of Zimbabwe, in that I have asked this question. This is a moose, we agree. Or what animal is that?
It defied logic to see an original and so far the only Bushman painting in the country of the moose, also referred to as the elk, the largest of the deer family.
As you can see, this is an original Bushman painting, and thus far in my life, I know mooses are exotic, and this is an actual moose. So this just goes to question, were mooses existing in Africa at some point in time and then they got extinct, or is it just that our forefathers had really wild imaginations? Food for thought.
The National Museums and Monuments of Zimbabwe, under whose custodianship the Bushman paintings across the country fall under, has pledged to embark on a quest to unravel this mystery.
Regarding this feature here, yes, when I saw it on the phone, I was telling you that probably there could be some issues related to superimposition. Probably there was some painting this side and probably there was some painting this side, but what I'm seeing here, is something different, if I can say, because it seems to be like an isolated animal. We don't see anything else around it, and clearly this looks like a moose because of the horns which branches, and
The tail, which is very short.
yes, with all my experience as an archaeologist, and also by extension the experience of fellow archaeologists in the field of rock art studies, we haven't seen something like this, and it could be unique.
As you heard, one may argue that mooses, amongst other wild herbivores, once played in this habitat before being exterminated by early hunters. For currently, mooses inhabit the northern parts of North America and Eurasia.
People painting their totems on the walls is just one of them. But you can't finish all of them, because there are some which we call like shamanistic paintings, where like someone enters into a dream, and whilst in that dream or in trance, he executes an animal, which maybe when in normal sense cannot paint, cannot actually do. So you'll be painting something from a spiritual world which is experiencing in the head.
But
So that is
the extent where he paints
yeah,
the
but
proper
for
American animal.
yes, but for this one, and considering where we see these mooses living today, really we are talking of another interpretation we were lacking in our studies, and of course declaring the uniqueness of this image here.